Okay, we need to talk about Lucifer. I need to talk about Lucifer, mainly his season 2 self, because even though there's a few things in season 1 that irk me, like how he wants to be in Charlie's life, but dipped even more after Lilith disappeared, I think. They keep saying she left and act like she'll just call them when she's ready, which, like, that whole thing just seems odd. But the point being that Lucifer doesn't try to be a part of Charlie's life unless she needs something, or he needs something more specifically. Like, the girl's 200 years old. You have had so much time to try, and while yes, it could be implied Lilith had something to do with that, he still had 7 years. And I hear y'all typing, Lilith left and he's depressed and 7 years is probably nothing to him. And yeah, okay, I get that, but before all that, he still could have put in the effort. He wanted a relationship with Charlie. This is low-key why I wish he was a bit more like his season 1 implied pilot self. That way there's a bit more on why Charlie and Lucifer aren't talking, instead of the fizz and blitz, we were kept apart, so we just assumed and ended up hating each other for the wrong things. Like, that's, to me, is so lazy. Like, had that part from the pilot of Lucifer thinking something about Charlie, as she says she thinks dad was right about her in like a negative way, and the viewpoint of how Charlie sees her dad in the pilot had moved over into the actual show and was built more on, then it would feel slightly more believable on why Charlie doesn't talk to him and kind of why Lucifer wants there to be a bond, even though he doesn't realize that he is causing the rift himself. And like, weirdly enough, we do kind of get that with that one scene from Lucifer where we do see that he doesn't like sinners because they always end up disappointing you with their free will and all the chaos that they bring. But that's it. He never says anything negative about Charlie herself or her dream, so to speak. He just says that he, like, tried it in a sense and failed, and heaven isn't what she thinks it is, which is all true, yet she acts like he just said she sucks and she's a loser. And had Lucifer actually felt like her idea was stupid and that she isn't fit or capable of doing this and constantly belittled her dream, then yeah, makes sense why she wouldn't want to talk to him. And I'm not saying he has to be like monstrously cruel, just the typical type of parent that says the harsh truth with a smidge of soul-crushing negative views on how they see you. Like, boy, do I wish that the whole episode was more focused on them than partly Alistair and Mimsy. And like, this is my mindset. This is how I probably would have done it. I would have still had the scene where Charlie calls him for a favor and to come to the hotel so she can talk to him face to face about it. And when he arrives, he's excited to see her and she introduces Vaggie first and he's happy and excited and assumes that's why she asked him over, as I would probably cut the part where she asks for a meeting on the phone with him, but she'd say no and start talking about the hotel and the guests, to which Lucifer is looking more and more disinterested. And when she's done talking, he's just like, well, it's a cute start, and asks Charlie if this is what she really wants to spend her time on, as he doesn't see that there's going to be any benefit to it, and drops that he had hoped going to the meeting with Adam would have opened her eyes about her idea. Charlie, trying to push through, gives him a tour. Also, I would scrap the song as it doesn't really fit anymore, and make the part where everything is going wrong into the song, and like have Charlie and Lucifer have an actual musical talking style moment. And like, we can still have the part on the balcony, but this time Charlie asks if he can make a meeting for her for the hotel with Heaven, to which he just asks why. And then Charlie, all frustrated, is just like, haven't you been listening to me? It's so I can make a case for the hotel to help sinners and stop the extermination. There are people, we have to help them. To which we get the, our people are awful. They got free will and look what they did with it. And as he's concerned, they're on their own. And again, says he had hoped that Charlie would give up on all of this nonsense and prepare to take over for him now that Lilith is gone. And I would have him go even harder on Heaven not being what she thinks, and that using their help comes with strings. And then the shit hits the fan moment, and Lucifer and Charlie Hamilton style sing about their viewpoints and how this is why their relationship is so broken. That he doesn't doesn't believe in her and thinks she's not good enough to try. And like as the song goes on, we get a good middle ground on Lucifer admitting he likes that Charlie wants to help and is so full of hope like he once had, but too many times he's been shut down, disappointed, and with Lilith's disappearance, he's just had enough. He's tired and hoped that she could take up the mantle and help in a different way, because once Heaven's involved, he can't help her or protect her, and that he knows that the exterminations suck, but at the time he felt hell deserved it, especially since it's the reason Lilith isn't here, but it just ended up causing more problems and worries. To which Charlie says she doesn't need him to protect her, just to have faith in her, his daughter, that she can make a change, and just to let her try this her way and just support her no matter how much he wants to protect her. And then I would have it to where Lucifer reluctantly agrees, but if things go wrong, she has to come home, which she agrees and says nothing will go wrong. Obviously, season 2 and the final battle of season 1 would be way different, but I think this would work for their dynamic and be a good nod to the big shift in their relationship, and in a way still showcase why Charlie wants to shove it in her dad's face that her idea worked in season 2, and why she would be so upset that Lucifer got involved on her behalf with Vox, making that moment feel like Charlie wanted to do everything herself to prove this. She didn't need her dad, who one, didn't really support her dreams or ideas, getting involved and screwing everything up for her, you know? Plus, him moving in would be a lot funnier when she asks why he has a tower on her hotel and says, well, you won't come home, so I'll just move in with you. Anyway, that got off topic. Season 2. We're here for season 2, because man, did Lucifer feel like a broken version of last season. I mean, it's clear he was only around for convenient plot points, which was mainly so Vox could know he couldn't hurt sinners, and so Alistair could also know, which that whole setup was so weak. Like, I get nerfing Lucifer to avoid him being able to fix everything, but due to his character being the ruler of hell and a fallen angel, it's kind of weird for him to not be able to do anything. I mean, they could have had it to where he can't kill sinners, but like can hit them, you know, like that way there's a reason for them to still fear/respect him, as we do see everyone go a little bit crazy in season 1 to be nice to him, ? Like, they obviously see him differently than they see Charlie, who's the princess. Clearly a difference in the way they see Lucifer versus how they see Charlie. Plus, like, word of mouth can only do so much. I mean, at some point someone would have challenged Lucifer and found out he can't do anything so much sooner than Vox doing it. So that just kind of breaks the power scale/world building going on, timeline wise. But again, this was all so Alistair could find out, since he'll be the villain next season. But like, what would be the point of Alistair knowing? Like, he says he likes to be entertained and enjoys a good fight, as he'll actively remember you for it, but if Lucifer can't fight, then what's the point? I also think how Alistair finds out was crazy silly, because Alistair is at the rally. He's just backstage. He can hear everything, so he already knows right then and there. Yet they say it again to our face when Vox captures Lucifer, and Alistair is sitting extra close, so you can see that he now knows. Like, cool, thanks. We already knew that he knew. Or at least I did. Also, Lucifer getting trapped was both sad and kind of funny. Like, I like how he just went along with it because he thought it was Charlie, but I feel they could have done a bit more to make it feel less stupid on Lucifer's part. And I've seen people say, well, he's an angel. He doesn't think anything Vox will do will hurt him. But like, he has to be aware now, after being in the battle with Charlie, where his angelic people were dying by angelic blades. He should know that he's not invincible anymore. So like, this weird confidence where he thinks Vox can't hurt him is beyond me. And this is where I get a little irritated. Again, where everyone keeps saying that Lucifer was lobotomized. Slightly, yes, he kind of was, because yeah, he doesn't remember names. That's been consistent. That's great. I like that. But him not remembering what happened literally a few months ago in the battle, watching Adam die in front of him, that doesn't click in his mind that like, oh crap, I'm in danger. Like, everyone is fully aware now that they can harm you. They just don't know that they can until Vox says it out loud to everybody and you showcase that you can't do it. Like, after the rally, Lucifer should have been on high alert, like, oh crap, They now know they can kill me, and they now know that I can't do anything. Like, this confidence that he has is so stupid. This is why people think he's been lobotomized, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Also, it's so disappointing that Charlie never finds out what Vox did to her father. I mean, she kind of does at the end. But she gets so caught up in her plan to prove herself once again, and forgetting that the bad man who's done nothing but ruin things has her dad held hostage. Like, she does ask where her dad is, and Vox is like, oh, just somewhere. And she just lets it go. She just continues on with the plan. Doesn't even think to be like, maybe we should do a quick, like, let's look around. Let's see where he could be. Like, no, none of that. It just goes out the window for her. She doesn't care. Along with Angel Dust, like, I get her going is to distract Vox so they can get Angel, but at the same time, she's still trying to prove that Serpentges is in heaven while they're trying to rescue Angel Dust, and it's just like, why do you not care? Charlie's level of care always really irritates me because she says she cares, but like, it's only surface levels amounts of caring. Anyway, Charlie this season was just really off. And don't get me wrong, I do get why for some of the things that happened, but the whole final episode feels like a mess due to her not thinking about her father and what could be happening to him. Vaggie's the only one who knows and says nothing the entire time. Even when the machine is about to blow up, she says nothing. Hands down, I'd have had Vaggie gasp after Carmilla says it'll kill half of Pentagram City and tell Charlie Lucifer's down there, and finally have Charlie do something. And instead of Val ripping Vox's head off, I would have had Charlie do it, hoping that it would stop the weapon from blowing up, but obviously it doesn't. Also, when the rainbow beam is over, I would have Charlie run to hug him instead of just gasp and do nothing. Also, speaking of the weapon, it's designed to take power from an angel and shoot blasts. Perfect, simple. But if Lucifer can't harm sinners, shouldn't the weapon not work due to this? And I've seen people say, well, Lucifer can't see what it's doing, and okay, fine, I guess that could be a factor, but if it's like vampire logic, then the rules of his punishment should just automatically kick in, regardless if he can see what's going on or not. Like, think of blind vampires walking around. They still have to be invited in. They just can't see the door. These invisible rules should still apply because they're magically made to do that. Like even if they can't see, it should still be able to kick in, you know what I mean? So the weapon shouldn't have been able to kill sinners, which like I feel could be so easy to show. Like, it hitting heaven is fine. We see Lucifer can fight back against other angels, which so stupid, but okay. And even destroy buildings. Like, he can still do all those things. And honestly, if they just cut the part where the beam evaporated those sinners, it would be fine, as all it's able to do is destroy the city, not the people. Though, I guess that makes the death ball moment useless, huh? Okay, maybe we can have an early scene of Vox testing the weapon before revealing it and knows it can't kill sinners. So when he's trying to hit Alistair and really wants to hurt him, Vox sees Vaggie and could like kinda violently hack her into the machine to do it, which with her angelic power and Lucifer's not mixing well, that could cause the thing to want to blow up. Though he would probably have to do it earlier, so him shooting the city would make more sense, because like if he knows it can't harm sinners, then trying to shoot it at Alistair just seems pointless. Anyway, the rest of Lucifer is just not as fun. Like, don't get me wrong, I did laugh, and I love that he's actually trying to remember Vaggie's name, as he keeps saying new names that are close to hers, unlike everyone else, even though he does call her Charlie's girlfriend like more than once. But for some reason, to me, he feels downgraded for the sake of everyone else's stories, and even pushed to the side for them as well. Like, Lucifer is just basically an NPC waiting to activate when other characters need him to. I mean, we didn't even see him for a while, and when we do, he's messing with Alistair to the point he quits, and had he not done that, Alistair wouldn't have gone to Rosie, or Vox after that, to kick off the rest of what was going on. And we don't even see him again until Vaggie says something to him to do something, and then they have him dip again and resurface when he needs to be Vox's battery. Also, side note, I am also super disappointed with his lack of pride. Sure, he has a few moments that seem that he is being prideful, but unlike the other sins, he's not really as on the nose about it, and sure, him being being an angel first might mess with that, but we've seen that pride is kind of the angel's whole thing, like their inner core, I guess you could say. Yet not for Lucifer for some things. Like, I just wish they made him a bit more prideful, especially for the fight between him and Charlie. Like, have him struggle to admit he was wrong for doing that without her knowing, or hell, have him get mad that she asked Sarah for help when he's much better than her and her father. And that's another thing that should have been addressed, is the fact that 2 times Sarah and Lucifer have been near each other, yet not even an acknowledgement from each other. Which I get, it's not the Lucifer show, but come on, man. Hands down, to me, Lucifer feels like a combo of nifty and vaggy level of importance when it comes to anything they have him do, like borderline background character. But since he's the dad of the main character and ruler, he's kind of off the wall, but not enough to do anything for his character, if that makes any sense. He's just like the get the ball rolling kind of character right now. For me, at least. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do for season 3. I know Alistair has now laser focused in on Lucifer. What that's gonna do, I'm not sure. But we'll see how this goes. But anyway, that is all I've got on how I feel about everything. But I do highly want to recommend checking out Kira Tries' channel for their video, which is a critique of Hazbin Hotel in season 2 Lucifer. They go super in depth about like how all the things in season 2 made it difficult for them to enjoy him this time around. However, though, they do delve deep into his character and make way better points on like everything that's changed about him and all like character flaws and dynamics than I can. So yeah, I highly recommend you go watch their video. It's really insightful and it's so smart. It really explains everything going on, and I feel like that's 100% what was going on. Anyway, though, I feel so much better now that I got that all off my chest. And now it's time to watch the new episode of The Amazing Digital Circus, and after that, stress draw like crazy. So I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye! Also, thank you to the other members. You have my whole heart. Everyone else, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on my socials right here. And if possible, hit that join button or super to join the Board of Teeth. It really helps out the channel and me. I hope you all have a super fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!